Guten Morgen, my name is Kerstin and this is Cat Savings and Budgeting. Here we save for our dreams, for extra debt payments and for our future. If that is something that you're interested in, please press the subscribe button, hit like and leave me a little emoji, like a little money emoji maybe. Today I'm going over what I saved in June. I have a budget breakdown. This is where I wanted to allocate my money, and also in those three categories. And then I check against our bank statement and what we paid. So on mortgage, car, food, house, pool, yard, dogs, self-care, internet, prescriptions, meds, what we were all the same. And then we paid 2% more on utilities. We paid 3% less on eating out and fun. We paid 1.5% less on self-care. We saved a little bit more in games and savings, 2%. And then we saved in regular savings, extra 2% as well. And we paid 3% extra on the credit card. That was not included what I save in here because I don't really include that in there. That was just what we did from our regular paycheck. All right, so that's all. And then the next thing I have is, I kind of do that every month to see where I'm at. And then I started Sitchi Saves, which is the booster for your funds that you have. The funds I used were tires, birthday, Xmas, Christmas, travel, and self-care, and I saved $27 extra. So I'm going to write booster. 27. I'm going to write tires, birthday, Xmas, Christmas, travel, and self-care. All right, and then this one here was the rest of my BTS savings that I had. And you know what? I forgot my calculator downstairs. So I think I'm going to go downstairs. This is what I had left over from in here that I didn't finish before the boys came, but I did use it. Okay. All right. So this one here is for tires. And it was $30. Came out of freebies. And goes to tires. I leave this in here until I put it out. I don't do that on camera because I think it takes too long. And this one here came from freebies. Why didn't I write down 8, 16, 24, 32, 40? It's $40. Goes to emergency. This one here is from Mini Mondays. It goes to emergency. This one of the ones from the Villains collab. This one here is $20 and it goes to closing. I'm trying to up my closing a little bit because of this one was from Freebie Fridays. This one here was also from the collab, Mini Mondays. It's $17 and it goes to months ahead. So I put this here. This one here goes into the 100 envelope. Is $25 and this one is 2026 Safe as Judy. So my 2026 binder. Also keep this one extra. And then next one goes to furniture. We just bought a new sofa, but I need some stuff for upstairs, and this is from my freebie Friday. Oh no, this is from my 2026 binder. This was from Britney at Safe with a Ginger. Now again, I have furniture, and it's $9, and it's from my Mini Monday, from the Villains collab again. Then this goes to garden. It's $10. And it's also from Mini Monday from my collab. And then this one here is going to vet. It's $54 and it's Freebie Friday. This one goes to house. It's from the Villains collab. It's $18. So Mini Monday. I put the collab into Mini Mondays because I really wanted to play another collab, but I didn't have the space. And this one here is my s'mores. It goes to anniversary. And it's $31. This one here was another Freebie Friday. I had this one for a long time. It was $60. Goes to birthday. And was from Freebie Fridays. Then I have another birthday. And this one is from my 2026 binder. And this one here goes to Christmas. And it's $10. And it comes from Monday, Mini Monday. And let's see. Okay, this one I wait. This one is Xmas and this one is Xmas. Okay, so this one here was my Norley's Christmas book that I did in my shorts. And I'm going to put half and half. I have $307. So 20, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 30, 40, 50. 15, 25, 25, 35, 40, 45, 46. So This is not right. I'm missing money. Why am I missing money? How much am I missing? 307. Oh, 301. So let's see how much I have here. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 30, 40, 50. 150. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 51. Alright, so I'm gonna put $151 to Xmas. I'm gonna write short. And 150, I'm gonna write 150 and then short 151 Xmas. Okay, so what I do is I take one of those. So the distinction for Xmas and Christmas is for me that Xmas goes to my husband and Christmas goes to everybody. We don't do tons of Christmas gifts. We never did that in our family. I do for my husband and my children. We have because we're a large family, and what we do is we pull names, and I do stockings for everybody, and I buy for the grandkids. So that's all we do. And then we have Xmas again. That's $36, and it's freebie Friday. And then we have Xmas again. It's $41. And this is for my 2026 binder. Okay, and then the last thing I have right here, that goes into my debt. Debt. That is 15. And that's from, yeah, it's from Debt Day. And then I have $14, which goes into debt, and that's from my Mini Monday. This is from Lizandra. She's one of the hosts for this. And then I have the debt bubbles. And I have $50 from that. I do the bubbles from Dance, Sunrise, Sunrise, budgeting twice. And this is the Hot Cocoa Cuties. I love this. This is $100. It goes to debt, and it's from the debt binder. All right, so I'm done with this. And the last thing I have is, I will put this away off camera, but what I do right now is where will the money go? And I still have the voice on there, which I meant to take off ahead of time, but you know, doesn't always happen. And I'm doing emergency today because I wanted to up this a little bit. And then next month I'm gonna do my husband's birthday. All right, so let's see. So this one here, I have $28 from Bookish Mama's Budget from Lindsay. And this one here is the Ding 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 money. And this one here is from Playing with Friends. And this one here, I have a lot of big money today, I don't know why, is Sunday Bubbles. Maybe I should get some ones in there. And then Save Your Way in 2026. That was 56, is from Shave's Budget. And Roll for Your Savings Goal from Anna was $64. And then the big one was the short I did for Bowling Our Way to 500. I need to check on them where they are. All right, so let me drink some water. I feel very unprepared because clearly I'm not prepared. So this one here is for months ahead, and this one here is 400 envelope. And then this here is from Save with Judy. It says, Where Will the Money Go? I love this. I will not use my tower for this because it just doesn't. So I'm going to do left, right, and then middle. And this is nothing, so I have left and right, right and right. Okay, let me do something because I usually go through to see how many 20s I have, if I have any, and I put a 20 down on each of them. So I have 1 20, 2 20s, I have 3 20s. Okay, so I did that. Right is the big winner today, huh? Oh, one time nothing. So if I do 3 of those in a row, so this one is right and middle, center, and then right and right. Okay, so on the next one, what I do if I have 3 of those is I do double. So I have center, 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 center. Yay! Oh. Center, center. Left and center. Right and right. Right and right. I think the next time I have 3 of those where I don't put anything, I'm going to put down 3. So I have left and right, left and right, center, center, left, left and left, ooh, center, center, right and right, left, left and center, right, left and right. Okay, 3. I'm going to put 3 on each of the next ones. 1, 2, 3. Wow, you got lucky. Left and right, right and center, left, okay, left and left. So 1, 2 und 3. I feel I need to put a 20 on the I should have mixed that up a little. What do you think? Eins, zwei, drei. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Left and left. Right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Left, left, center. Center. Left and right. Right and center. Left and center. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay. That's all I have. Nice. All right, let's see. So this one here is a month ahead. Which is this one. This one here is a 100 envelopes versus this one. So what I'm starting with is emergency. Let me sort it all out to see where I'm at. I feel like they made out like a bandit today. What do you think? But I did want to put extra money into emergency this month. So I'm probably going to make some more emergency just to see where I'm at. 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 110, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 60, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 70, 71. 171 in emergency, which is pretty good. Where will the money go? Okay, I'm gonna write on there what it is, how much it is, because so I know. It's pretty cool. Okay, so I'm counting first the ones that I have. So I'm doing months ahead right now. I think this is the one that got the least amount of money. What do you think? Which makes me a little sad because I usually only play this once a month. 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 65, 65, 70, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 80, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 87. Big difference, huh? Where will the money go? And then the next one I have is $17 months ahead, and it comes from Mini Monday. So I put this back in here, and I write 17 plus 87. All right, and the last one I have is Save with Judy. It's $25. It's 2026 binder. Goes to 100 envelopes. And let's see what we have saved in this one. Is speaking on lonesome. The dog's getting picked on by her brother, who's really annoying. Yes, very annoying. Okay, so we have 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. Sht. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 126. Where will the money go? And it's going to 100 envelopes. And I'm going to write this on there. Plus 126. All right. So I usually don't put anything away except two things, which are my month ahead. So let's do that. And I did this one before I was done with, before I decided I wanted to go online. So I used what I had. And now I don't want to do a different one because this is what I have. Okay, so let's see. In my first one that I have right there, let me put this in there too. I have 12 that go in there, but what I do is when I do this one, I look at where I'm at. I have to do 80 more. So 20, 30, 40, 50, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. So what I do with those generally is I do that. 10, 20, 30, 35, 40, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. Okay, let's do this again. 20, 30, 40, 50, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. So I have $80. Which means I am now fully funded. Okay, today is 6/5, end of month, minus 80 equals 0. So I take this out here. I do this, I write plus 12. Take this out. I add this to this, and this should be 140 now. So 20, 30, 40, 45, 55, 65, 70, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. And I know where to get some ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Ha. Okay, das again. 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 65, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, I think that is weird unless I left some money in there. I recount them after I do my thing, so I don't know why I'm short on this one. Okay, it is what it is. So now I'm fully funded in here. So now I feel like I have to recount every single one that I have in this book because I feel like some money is missing somehow. Okay, so this one here has 12 extra. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 6, 5, 12, that's 3, that's 5, that's 1. 15, 15, 16, 17, 18. $34. Yep, that's what I'm supposed to have. Okay. All good now. So let's see. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because I already finished this paperwork, I'm going to put in each of them one. Six, 5, end of months. -1, 264. Okay. So I know that a lot of people have all those pretty things you can put in there, but I started it this way because it made sense to me this way. So 296. I'm leaving it this way because I started it this way, right? And I already finished 12 of my 20, so that's pretty good. So all the last ones are the really high ones. It will take me a while longer. And I might not be able to finish all of them. So what I do is once I notice that I can't finish them, I think probably it's starting with the one that I have right there. What I will do is I will make sure that each of them will get one. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, so I know where I'm at. So each of them at least gets one or maybe two, and then the rest goes to the first one. That's might be how I have to do it, because I don't think I can finish them all the way before. But I finished one more, so I'm kind of happy. Okay. This one here is $800. I don't know. That's going to be a while. And then the last one here is my house payment. And that one is getting 2. I know, I'm almost finished. I'm almost done. You have to wait a little bit. Wait a little bit. I'm almost done. One more book. That's all I'm doing, is one more book, okay? My pretty girl. Alright, and always every time I go in here, it makes me happy to see how far I came. And then my last thing I have is my monthly hat. So I should have 151, 151. That's what I should have. Okay, let's see what I have. 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, 100, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50, 51. So 150. Let's see if my 150 is open. It is. My 150 is open. It's right there. So I'm doing this one. I have 2 smaller ones done, but I won't add them until next time. And the one is left over because all my envelopes are in 2s and not 1s. Okay, so 150. This is also something that I did before I thought I would make videos. So I just used the envelopes. I bought red envelopes for good luck, and I just did that. Okay. Also need change in that one. Okay. And then this one here saves 10,000 when I'm done. But I'm trying to do the big ones first and then I go further. So I could have done 158, 160, which is right there. So maybe next time I will exchange it. And here we are. You hear my dog? She's talking to me. What she's saying is, I need to go to the restroom. Are you coming? So I'm going to let you go. I hope that you have a wonderful Sunday, that you had a great weekend with your 4th of July weekend. I want to thank you for spending time with me today. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave me a little money emoji. Be kind to others and always, always be kind to yourself. Tschüss, tschüss, tschüss.